Hello, lovely ones, and welcome to a Galactic Mayan Astrology Report. This is a report for Tuesday, the 24th of September 2024. It's so funny. I don't even know how it developed that that's the way that I open these videos, but it is. It is. And yeah, I just want to say thank you first off, right? So I've been doing this a really fucking long time. And I'm really passionate about time and long time, and I'm passionate about time. And the reframing of time for humans to basically come back into alignment with natural rhythms of time. And I've been working with the Galactic Mind calendar for 10 years, the Dreamspell for 10 years. It was 2014 when I was living in Glastonbury that it came into my life, and immediately it was just like, woof, this is a key part of my existence. And I have shared this medicine a lot over the years, but never really pushed it. It's just been like, yeah, this is this thing. And with my YouTube channel, I've never pushed it, but I've got to 1,000 subscribers, which I know for people that are like in the game of, generating followers, that's sweet fuck all. But I've genuinely not been in that game. I've just been like, put it out and see. So it just feels really, I feel really grateful, and I just wanted to say that. So thank you for watching these videos, and yeah, tuning into a different rhythm, tuning into a different perspective that is more aligned with nature, and so that we can kind of do this conscious evolution journey together. That's the big intention, I guess, behind these videos. It's the astrological context of what we're moving through as a human in the moment, but then what that provides, or what that's intended to provide as a doorway, is for the opportunity to go even deeper with our intentional conscious evolution, so that we can, yeah, become more and more free in ourselves and open to deeper levels of love, and be the most us that we can be in the world. So I'll let that gush just be there. So we've come out of a 13-day process, which was the White World Bridger. And for me, the World Bridger that we've just completed has been incredible. And, it's really, we've kind of been shown what it is that is ready to die within our reality, and also been given this platform to birth ourselves. And then the Wavespell that we're now moving into on the 24th, on Tuesday, is the blue storm. And it's, again, I've said this before, but it always amazes me how the archetypal wave spell journeys just hand on to the next archetype. Like, okay, so whatever you completed there, we're going to take it into this next phase. So we're entering the blue storm wave spell, and this is particularly significant. The last wave spell was also particularly significant because not only do we have 13-day processes along, like, nestled within this 9-moon spin of human gestation, we also have 13-year cycles. We have the energy as an individual with our own chart, but we also have this collective energy. So at the moment, the collective energy since 2019 has been journeying with the energy of White Wizard. So we're in a 13-year process of White Wizard. And this year in particular, the galactic year, which begins in July of 2024 to 2025, we are journeying with the blue storm. So we're in a collective energy of blue rhythmic storm, and we're also now entering into a 13-day process of blue storm. So what's blue storm? Oh, blue storm's about fucking power. The thunder beings is what it's, yeah, its little caption, I guess, is the arrival of the thunder beings. So blue storm always makes me think of the Wizard of Oz, and it's wonderful that it is, nestled within the 13-year process that we go through with the wizard and the storm are connected. So in terms of the blue storm energy, it is this catalyst this year for us collectively is a catalyst year, and it's a catalyst toward power, honorable power, power that is in integrity. So the blue storm energy is an opportunity for us to really dive into the areas where we are feeling disempowered, and when we disempower ourselves. And this is something that's really important for us to really drop into. One of the big things of this 13-year process is about us coming into epic responsibility and alchemizing. The wizard is the alchemist, the pain body, the deepest place of the pain body is caught in this victim energy. Okay, what happened to us when we were younger? We didn't choose on a conscious level, but on a deeper soul level, we did choose it because we chose that evolutionary potential. And when we begin to unravel, we just end up in the victim. And it's like, oh, I'm like this because this bad shit happened to me, and blah, and then I'm just going to fucking stay there. But actually, what this 13 years of the wizard is supporting us to do is come into a place of like, that happened because I wanted that medicine, but only I am going to get myself from the thing happening to the fucking medicine. So it's this epic responsibility, and the storm energy really supports us to transmute that aspect of the victim. We need the power within us to be able to step through that gateway and say, I am going to change this. And this is something that I've been really recognizing recently. I'm going through some really humongous changes at the moment internally. And one of the things that I was sharing with a group of friends, oh, we completed the Cosmic Quest yesterday. So a year ago, if you were tuning in then, Taco and I were starting this year-long journey that was a journey through the Galactic Mayan calendar and the Celtic Wheel of the Year. And yesterday on Equinox, happy Equinox, I've got to say that as well, we completed the journey. Profound, fucking profound. But I was saying, within that, it's this really interesting moment in my personal experience of, as opposed to the catalyst being on the outside of me to create massive change, it's like this monumental thing that has to happen in order for me to kind of be like, oh, okay, yeah, I need to change something. What's happening in my life at the moment is this like subtle gnawing, this isn't quite in alignment, this isn't quite in alignment. But then it's down to me, if I choose, to be like, okay, well, I need to fucking change it then. And this is what the blue storm energy provides us with. It's this opportunity. And sometimes we do need the big catalyst. We do need the thing to come and like smack us in the fucking face and be like, boom, boom, step forward, change things, get out, step in, whatever the thing is. But with where we're at on the planet right now, because we're in a year of this, and because it's one of the 4 archetypes that we journey with as a collective, someone sent me an email a while ago, and with the amount of plates that I'm spinning, I've just not been able to reply to it. So I'm going to reply to it now. Okay. The question was, this person had looked into the 13-year processes on the planet and witnessed that there were only 4 archetypes that we journeyed with in our 13-year process, all the way back. And that is true. So we as a planetary body journey with the energy of red moon, the divine feminine, the purification. We also journey with the white wizard, the alchemy, the transformation, the potentiality for conscious creation, the blue storm, the catalyst, the transformer, the explosion that gives the potential of all of the other archetypes to come into their full power. And yeah, this empowered potential, and the yellow seed, the seeding of new consciousness. So each of us, including us as a collective, has this cluster of 4 archetypes that we journey our 13-year cycles through. And yet, in some ways, that can seem like it's limited. But when you look at all of the individual codes held within the collective code, it's perfect. And it gives us this really deep opportunity for transformation. So, with us as a collective body being in the energy of Blue Storm, this particular 13-day process is going to be significant for us. It's going to be significant because it's like the zooming in to the process that we have been in since July and will be in until July. So it's a window and it's an opportunity. My partner shared that our friend Finn had said something similar to him about the equinox. So, and I fucking loved it. It resonated so much with where I'm at and, where we're at and this energy. So it's at these equinox points, because of the way that everything is journeying, when it comes into this alignment, we have the opportunity to jump. And again, Finn, Chantress, Zebra, I think that's what they call themselves musically. I just know as fucking Finn and Gem. But that props to you, Finn, because that was an amazing way to kind of to bring that. But it's this opportunity for us to line up and then jump. So within this wave spell, we can jump. That is what I'm transmitting here, particularly because we've got the equinox energies and the eclipse season that we're within. We're within the year of the blue rhythmic storm. And, the interesting thing within all of these alignments, so the year that we're in is the rhythmic year. So the rhythmic year is the 6th year of the process. Rhythmic energy is about equality and balance. And it's happening just at the edge of the equinox, where we've got the balance between the dark and the light. So it's really this like ultimate blue storm rhythmic portal opportunity. So really, when you're feeling into this and like, well, what the fuck does that mean for me? Where do you feel disempowered? Why do you feel disempowered? And the other piece that's been coming really strong for me at the moment is like, it's really important for us to look at everything holistically. Okay, so there is an internal journey that we need to go through when it comes to conscious evolution. There is a huge piece of the puzzle, which is about being able to let go of historic trauma, or not let go of it, but diffuse it somewhat and reframe it into a more empowering experience and let the energy, let the pain be felt. Crucially important. Only when that has been opened can we start to do anything with mindset that says, I want to do this thing instead, or have the opportunity to stop sabotaging ourselves. Because whilst all that's playing out, we don't really have access to doing anything else on an action level. But it's not the only thing. We then also have to take action. Sometimes the action is, okay, how am I going to care for my body so that I can nurture this thing that I'm wanting to live? Where am I sabotaging myself within what I'm putting in, or how I'm treating myself? And then the trickiest bit, but when all the other pieces are in place, it doesn't have to be that tricky, is then the leap, is then the action. Where do you feel disempowered? What needs to change for that to change? Because it's these situations that we find ourselves within, we are on whatever level consenting to be there. And it is down to us to get ourselves out of there, or to change it, or to transform it, or to come into a different. And it's not always that these situations have to end. And this is another really huge learning for me. So Taco and I have been together 18 months. And, I had a relationship that was really long when I was like in my teens, but this is my longest relationship. I come with a lot of tangled attachment stuff and white dog Wavespell. And what I'm now seeing is that, when we can go through these transformations together and keep leaning into the transformation, yes, phenomenal. It's a whole other realm. But I think sometimes we get ourselves caught in like something has to end, and sometimes it does. And this is, this is then where the discernment comes in. So within this blue storm energy, we are being given an opportunity to leap. What is it that is wanting to catalyze within you when it comes to power? And we've got such wonky notions of power. I'm really interested from like sociology background in power and the manifestation of power and how what we give power to as a collective and all the rest of it. But we're not really talking about that. We're talking about personal, sovereign, creative energy power. Basically, how empowered do you feel to make the decisions that you want to make? Whether that's how you respond to a situation in the moment, whether that's how you step into the world and what you choose to create there. However that is, it's like, how empowered do we feel in our lives, in ourselves? And that's really what the blue storm is revealing to us. And like I say, sometimes we need a catalyst. But what the universe won't do is rescue us either. It will give us our medicine, it'll boot us in the face sometimes, but it's never going to rescue us. That thing that we need to face, no matter how much we fucking pray about it, no matter how many times we affirmation the fuck out of it, the universe is not going to turn around and be like, oh, I'm just going to take that lesson away. Got to go through the gateway, man. Got to step into it, got to step through it, got to deal with it. And the more that we deal with these things, the more that we step through these gateways, the more that we then feel empowered because we know we can do it. My journey over the years, like I had no boundaries, I had no voice, I couldn't say no for so much of my life. And the situations that pattern got me into were horrendous. But it was only through being in the horrendous situation and changing the way that I was responding, consciously fighting and doing all the inner work to like, oh, that feels like that, and that's from there, and blah, blah, blah. But then changing it, that now it's like, I don't actually have an issue with saying no. And that's massive. That's massive. I thought it would never happen. And yeah, there are echoes of it that come through different aspects of my life, but just really seeing like, okay, this reframing the whole thing is like, this is for me, whatever it is, and it might be that something happens in Blue Storm, it might be that something happened in White World Bridger. It's for me. This is the opportunity to put into practice all the stuff that I've been wanting to cultivate. The universe is constantly bringing us the perfect training scenarios for the lessons that we are wanting to, or the qualities that we're wanting to cultivate within ourselves. So within this Wavespell, it's an opportunity to change things, to leap. Again, the Wizard of Oz vibe. It's the storm that carries her to Oz. And when she's in Oz, it's all magical. And then she arrives at the feet of the wizard and realizes that the wizard is not what she thought it was. So it's this huge like opportunity for us to essentially unravel the bullshit. And I don't mean the bullshit out there. The only reason that there's a bullshit out there and so much conspiracy and all that shit is because there's so much of it inside of us. We've got to call ourselves out. And when we do that, when we allow ourselves to really step into the ring, like, do you know what? This is an opportunity, like depersonalizing it in some ways, to be like, this is a simulation for my soul to level the fuck up, for humanity to level the fuck up, for us to let go of this notion that we're trapped, for us to remember that we are creator consciousness and break down all of the little pathways that have got in the way of us really taking responsibility for that and then utilizing it to create really good shit for ourselves and other people consistently. And that's what we want in here, isn't it? Like in the human game, we want to shift and make consistent change. We want to be empowered consistently. We want to level up consistently. And not in a way that's like constantly striving, but in a way that feels more free and more free and more free. So utilize the window, be brave. You've totally got this. I am really buzzing, since I sort of I've only shared it through the YouTube video, that I was stepping into coaching again. The people that have contacted me, it's just so deeply in alignment. So, yeah, if you feel like you want some support with this, just get in touch with me. I've been a therapist for a long time and it is where my mastery is. And I think a really big part of the puzzle for me is like emotional regulation. And that is something that I can support you with because I know the journey of it. But equally, as I've just said, this like saying no and boundaries, and I've really journeyed that too. So if you do want to work one-to-one with me, eventually at some point when the capacity is there, my website will be back. But for now, I'm just going to keep seeding it in the videos. I'll put my email address below and just get in touch with me and we can jump on a call. Because, like I said in the last video, these evolutionary waves that we're going through, if we can journey them together, that's numerous humans working on the same strand of limited consciousness to open it to becoming more free, more abundant, more empowered. So have a beautiful wave spell, happy equinox, and take the fucking leap, yo.